Welcome to Comparative VPN YouTube channel. Today's video will be an in-depth review of HideMyAss VPN. HideMyAss, or HMA as we are going to call it in the video, is a UK-based VPN provider established in 2005, and with its silly name it aims to position itself on the market as a serious VPN, but also a VPN that doesn't take itself too seriously. And this business tactics helped a lot, as HMA went from an average and unsafe VPN to a much more popular VPN provider that is now a subsidiary of Avast, one of the largest cybersecurity companies. But is HMA safe to use after its leaking incidents in 2012 and 2017? Should you actually buy this VPN at all? Well, these are the questions that we are going to address in our HMA VPN review, but also give you two VPN alternatives that are much better than this one. Before we do that, however, make sure you like this video, subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon to be notified whenever we publish a new VPN review like this one. Starting off my HMA VPN review, I need to talk about applications and ease of use first. HMA did a solid job at optimizing its applications for a big roster of platforms such as Windows, Mac, Linux, Android, iOS, routers, Apple TV and many other devices. Plus, it offers a free extension for Chrome that isn't very popular, but it's free, so you can check it out if you want. Moreover, you can see several free tools that HMA VPN has, and these include DNS leak test, IP tracker and WebRTC test that are very useful for improving your online privacy. Not to mention that there's a free proxy as well, but it's not nowhere near HideMy's free proxy that works like a charm. Finally, it lets you connect up to 5 devices on the same account, which is on par with ExpressVPN. And now let's talk about ease of use in this HMA VPN review. You can see that the app is pretty simplistic and looks easy to use, which it actually is. To connect to the server you want, click here to open a server list, click on the country you want, and HMA will establish a connection to the VPN server located in this country. To disconnect, click on this connection button right here and the connection will be stopped. By clicking here, you can also open quick settings and perform a speed test on specific servers, and if you click on the gear icon right here, you will visit the settings menu, which brings us to the next section of our HMA VPN review, security and privacy. In terms of security, HideMyAss did a solid job at providing its users with a plethora of security and privacy-oriented features, and as such, uses military-grade encryption to secure your connection, backed up by IP and DNS leak protection. The kill switch is also here, and you can set two levels, the quote-unquote normal kill switch and the kill switch that works only for certain apps that you can add on the list. What I really like is the addition of this feature called IP shuffle. Basically, it periodically randomizes your IP address to make it harder for anyone to track your location and online activities. However, I'm quite disappointed that HMA uses just OpenVPN with no addition of any WireGuard based protocols or even IKEv2, which is the best OpenVPN alternative, especially in censored countries that can easily detect this protocol and block your access. Now, what about the privacy policy? Well, this is where things get a bit interesting, as HideMyAss never had a true no-logging policy up until 2018, where it switched to the no-logging business model. However, HMA had two major incidents. One in 2012, where it helped the FBI to arrest a member of the anonymous hacktivist group, and in 2017, where it helped the authorities to arrest a resident of Texas for harassment and cyberstalking. In the first instance, HideMyAss gave the FBI certain connection logs, while in 2017, the company provided connection timestamps that it used to store before switching to the new zero logs policy. At the time, HideMyAss didn't have a no-logging policy, so what the company did was justified. Thankfully, HMA is a completely different provider now, and as you can see, it will not store originating IP addresses, DNS queries, browsing history and transfer data. Some bits of information are still collected though, and these include the day of connection, the amount of bandwidth you transferred, VPN client data, and necessary information such as your email, activation code, etc. etc. HMA will not sell this information to third parties under any circumstances, but you should know that its UK jurisdiction can be a problem, given that this is one of the founding members of the Five Eyes Alliance, a group of countries responsible for global surveillance and data collection. Unfortunately, HMA is under direct influence of the UK legislation and still says that it will gladly hand out any information to the authorities as per request. Moving on with the HideMyAss VPN test and review, let's perform a couple of speed tests to determine how good the VPN is in terms of speeds. What you see on the screen is my native internet speed, so I will use two servers to test HMA VPN and see how big the speed reduction will be. One server will be located in Bulgaria, which is very close to my real location, and then I will use the server in the United States, which is very far from my location, just to see how well HMA VPN performs in several locations. As you can see, I'm already connected to the VPN server in Bulgaria, So let's revisit the speed test website and initiate the speed test. The results are not very bad, and as you can see, my speed reduction isn't very big, with the ping still retaining a relatively low value, which is impressive. Now I'm connected to the server in the United States, so once again let's revisit the speed test website and initiate the speed test for the last time. And now it's a different story with a big speed reduction in both upload and download speeds, and the ping that reached almost 180 milliseconds, making browsing, downloading or streaming a bit more unenjoyable. So overall, we can't say that HMA is very slow, but it's far from being blazing fast like ExpressVPN, for example. But it merely passes the speed test. In the next part of our HMA VPN review, we need to perform a streaming test and see if you can unblock different streaming platforms regardless of your location. For this review, I will use Netflix and BBC iPlayer. For Netflix, I will use the US catalog and I will try to unblock the movie Batman the Killing Joke, which is available exclusively in the United States and I can't find it as you can see on the screen, after which I will connect to the UK server and try to watch BBC iPlayer. First, let's connect to a streaming server in the US, and then let's refresh the page. And after refreshing the page, we can see the movie right here, which means that Netflix US works. But let's try to watch it now. And as expected, it works flawlessly, but I'm pausing the footage to prevent any copyright claims. I'm now disconnected from the US server and I will try to watch BBC iPlayer. Of course, since I'm not located in the UK, I get this geo-restriction message so I can't watch BBC iPlayer. But let's connect to a dedicated streaming server in the UK and let's refresh the page to see what happens. After refreshing the page, we can clearly see that the geo-restriction message is not here, which means that BBC iPlayer works. Of course, let's try to watch this show to confirm that. And after trying to watch the show, interestingly, we can see the geo-restriction message once again, which in the end means that after all, BBC iPlayer won't work. And after the streaming test, things are pretty clear. HMA VPN is a solid option for streaming if you're focused only on Netflix. But if you try to unblock BBC iPlayer and other streaming platforms, the VPN simply won't deliver an impressive level of performance. Our HMA VPN review wouldn't be complete without talking about the server network, which is one of the strongest points of this VPN. If you look at the number of servers that are available, you'll see more than 1,000 of them, which is not impressive. But if you look closely, you'll see that these servers are available in more than 200 countries and almost 300 locations globally, and this is simply unbeatable. Sure, HMA uses a lot of virtual servers, but so does pretty much every VPN. And needless to say, almost every country on the planet is on the list, including countries like San Marino, Fiji and Cocos Islands, but also more popular countries like the US, UK, Canada, Australia and many others. We also like the addition of dedicated streaming and P2P servers, although they are based only in 6 countries: the UK, US, France, Czech Republic, Germany and the Netherlands. The customer support team of this VPN is one aspect where I got pretty disappointed, and I simply must mention it in this HMA VPN test. I had minor issues when subscribing to the VPN, and I couldn't log in into the application after I got a subscription. With that in mind, I contacted customer support through the live chat widget. That's actually not a live chat widget. Instead, you just need to leave a message, after which the support team will contact you through email. And just like that, I had to wait for more than 2 hours to get a response from a seemingly premium VPN. Something like that won't happen with ExpressVPN, CyberGhost or NordVPN for instance, so in this regard, HMA has a lot to learn and upgrade. Nevertheless, the customer support team is helpful enough, but my point was to outline that 24/7 support isn't available, even though it should be mandatory given that this is a quite expensive VPN. And now that I mentioned it, how expensive is HMA? Well, here's the price chart. I need to mention that it offers 2 types of subscription plans, one with 5 and one with 10 simultaneous connections, but since HMA calls the second one a family package, we'll analyze the first one. Here are the prices for the 10 connections plan, so if you want, pause the footage to check them out. Now back to the 5 connections version of the VPN. Even this version is quite expensive, and the annual plan, for instance, costs around $5.17 a month or around $62 per year. The cheapest plan is the 3-year one, coming at around $3.5 a month or around $126 every 3 years, which is rather expensive. Thankfully, a 30-day money-back guarantee applies to all plans, so you can get your money back if you find yourself dissatisfied with HMA VPN. For these reasons, we recommend one cheaper VPN, CyberGhost. This VPN offers 7,000 servers in 91 countries, has better speeds than HMA, offers rock-solid security and a no-logging policy, and dedicated P2P and streaming servers in many countries globally and not just 6 like this VPN. Not to mention 24/7 support through the live chat that will let you get in touch with the support team in less than 10 seconds. Or if you want a tiny bit more expensive VPN, ExpressVPN is a perfect choice with more than 3000 servers in more than 100 locations, a verified no-logging policy, the fastest speeds on the market, impeccable security, 24/7 support, and the ability to unblock dozens of netlist catalogs and streaming platforms with ease. I left links to both VPNs in the description below, and these represent better choices when compared to HideMyAss, so you might want to check them out and claim special discounts on their long-term plans. So, let's conclude our HMA VPN review after everything we said in this analysis. It's clear from our HideMyAss VPN review that this is not a particularly impressive VPN, at least not in every possible aspect. Sure, it has great and some unique security features, a freshly baked no-logging policy, satisfying performance, solid streaming capabilities and P2P servers. But we can't help but think about its past behavior, the UK jurisdiction behind this VPN, very expensive price, and no 24/7 customer support that makes this VPN not a recommended option. If you want to get the most out of your money, a logical replacement would either be CyberGhost or ExpressVPN, and with their 45-day and a 30-day money-back guarantee respectively, you will not lose a single dollar by testing them out. With everything said, this was all for today's video. We hope you liked it, and if you did, make sure you leave a like, subscribe to our channel and stay with us because many more VPN reviews are coming very soon. See you in the next video. Bye.